what was the process behind, your college selection process, and kind of talk about getting into your major program and stuff.
Gotcha. So, well, for starters, I'll keep it 100 with you. I really only went to college, man, because I knew I was gonna get a refund. Being where we from, being from the family I was from, not to knock anybody, it was just I knew we didn't have any extra money coming in, and I knew what I was trying to accomplish. So I started off at Middle Georgia, just because I wanted to take my prerequisites. That I knew that was gonna be pretty easy and it was gonna be pretty cheap, and because it being cheap, I was gonna get a bigger refund. So the whole goal when I first started going to college was literally get a refund, take that refund, and invest into my business. At the beginning, just because I had never had that much money before, I did fuck a lot of it off. But as of the last year or two, every time I get a refund, if I'm not buying a new sewing machine, I'm buying something else that goes towards the business. So maybe I might slide a certain lot of money to just buying materials or buying things like that. And then as far as leaving Middle Georgia, I was currently doing a business program, but man, sometimes I just feel like because I ran a business and I'm running a business, it's not that I think I know it all, it's just I have a hard time taking advice about business from somebody that hasn't run a business. So that kind of led me to change my major, which then ended me up here at Kennesaw. I'm here for Apparel and Textiles program, so it's basically like the ins and outs of the fashion business, retail business. We also learned about like the creation of a garment from beginning to end, where it be tech packs to all the way up to your marketing plan, storytelling, and things like that. So I just felt like at the time, me coming up here and me choosing Kennesaw was more so a better program, just because I could literally go to class and by the end of the night I can apply what I learned to my business, which so far so good, has been working out for me.
Or what is fashion to you?
Fashion to me, I would say, is what you put on to make you feel good to the world that doesn't know you. Like, it's been plenty of times where I've been out, I don't even know people. Or matter of fact, I even got a better story for you. Shit, yesterday I was at work, because we all got to wear a mask for COVID. I had on this mask. It says healthy across it, but for those who don't know, or people who listen to Larry June, that's like his whole motto, like his whole brand as far as merch and stuff, just has healthy across it. There's been a few times where this has happened where I've just been out, somebody see the healthy mask, and now they just automatically fuck with me because they know I listen to Larry June. Other times I've been out just because if you wear certain brands or have like certain shoes that most people might not know off rip, or if you got that shoe, that must mean you must be really into the shoe game or sneaker game or culture, whatever they want to call it these days. Those can spark conversations. I feel like fashion is what allows you to spark conversations without having to say any words. That's what it is to me. It allows you to express yourself without having to talk, and I truly enjoy that.
Well, growing up, like, I remember you mentioned a couple of your brother friends and stuff like that, and different shoes and different outfits, maybe just growing up in school. Like, but who were some of those people that you really saw? Maybe it could be in magazines, television, anybody, anything, where you really like, damn, like
he was really putting it on.
Like, I really, yeah.
Nah, I feel that. Well, for starters, I know people probably ain't gonna like it now, especially with everything going on. But definitely Kanye. Kanye used to get me right. Wale. I know a lot of people don't like Wale music, but you lied to yourself if he ain't put your favorite artist on, because bruh been dripping. He been had the shoes. Like, he was a sneakerhead before that became cool. So I would say those two people, and then somewhere down the line, man, I just really got an affinity for like high fashion and like luxury products. Like, I don't know if it was because at that time I felt like I wasn't gonna be able to afford it, so it was just more so like a wanting thing. But like, even to this day, man, like it really trips me up that I get to like cut $1,000 bags up on a day-to-day basis and don't think twice about it. Like, that is a feat in itself, because back in high school you would have never been able to tell me like you're gonna be out here, you know what I'm saying, messing around with Louis Vuitton bags or cutting up bags that people dream they could have. Like, I just never would have thought that. But I'll definitely say, yeah, Wale, Kanye, and my cousin DC, man, he used to let me come down to Warner Robins with him. And I had to go with him on all the sneaker drops. And he really just put me on like, just about being fresh and the importance of like, when you go out somewhere, you know what I'm saying, you want to put your best foot forward because people might not see you again. So if you step out, you know what I'm saying, you look halfway decent, people more likely to either remember you or want to talk to you. So yeah, I would definitely say them three at that time, being in high school before I really got into what I was doing, them three probably be the folks that really inspired me.
Or we're gonna pivot back a little bit, man. We're gonna get back into the fashion, but I wanna kind of get into that timeline of you starting Soul for Soul, and you know what I mean, like where that started. You were talking about like with Tumblr, it kind of started with that whole restoration process, but talk about like the whole demand for where we was at, and starting a brand, and that whole process.
Gotcha. Well, a lot of people don't even know this, but Soul for the Soul, the name actually came from a project we had to do, a computer class at Central, man. I can't even remember that lady name. I think her name was like Miss Jackson or Miss Jones or something. We had a computer class and she had us do like a magazine. The magazine was called Soul for the Soul because it had like birthday cakes that looked like shoes. It had all the celebrities with all the fits on with shoes. Just some crazy shit. But as far as like what actually made me start the business, or when I noticed like there was a need for it, was more so like after I posted my pictures and then I started getting my friends and doing their stuff, and then I just kind of realized like there was a void in the market. Like people gonna always need shoes. I kind of position myself to be in the perfect place where if it's your favorite pair of shoes or they have certain memories behind them, I can bring them back, whether it be for you to wear them or at least look good enough so that you can put them up, you know what I'm saying, and store them somewhere. As far as the custom thing goes, at the end of the day, everybody done been in that point to where like you done went to the mall and you see everybody with the same shit on. So it's like, I know that at any point in time, somebody gonna always want something custom because it allows them to stand out. And I try to pick my skills that way. If you really know me or if you really just pay attention, a lot of the things that I put time into learning are things that's gonna always be around. Like people gonna always wear shoes, so I'm always having a job, whether it be restoring or customizing. Even with sewing now, like even if I'm not doing something for myself, if my sister need me to put clip-ins in her wig bag, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? If my little cousin need a dress for prom, I can do that. If my homeboy needs something stitched up real quick just because he tore a hole in his shirt, I can do that. So just by having them skills, like it allows me to constantly stay at work and stay busy. The more so the business thing, it wasn't like I went into it thinking I was gonna start a business. I really was just doing it, man, to fix my own shoes. But it kind of picked up from there. And then once I realized that like in our area, or at least in Macon area, there wasn't really anybody doing anything that I did, it allowed me to kind of like capitalize on it and really in some way, you know what I'm saying, kind of make a monopoly out of it. Yeah. Like although it was other people there that were doing it, 9 times out of 10 they started after me, so I always had experience on them more than anything. And just the fact of, I used to hate that I had transferring from school to school to school, but in reality, like looking back on it now, that was really the perfect situation, because I had went to 3 different high schools, and two of them are, you know what I'm saying, were in 2 different cities. So it allowed me to really kind of go back and forth and have that customer pool of just a hell of a lot of kids, just going back in between. So once I kind of realized there was a need for it, people were constantly hitting me up. I was like, all right, well, you know, I'm making more from this than I'm making at my current job. I think I'm working at Chick-fil-A at the time. So it's like, all right, this could really be, you know what I'm saying, this could really be something. But it wasn't until recently, maybe like 4 years ago, where I really like started to take it serious, like this is gonna be my career. Yeah. I had quit my job and wasn't really making no money nowhere. So it's like, shit, either I'm gonna make this work I'm be back working somewhere, so I'm gonna just be without a job. So that's what really kind of locked me in from there.